All right, folks, welcome back to YouTube. I'm going to really try to make this a shorter video without talking too much. So we have a very similar watch I reviewed previously. This is another Duxot Atlantica, but this is their GMT Swiss version. So this one is an automatic. I reviewed a different watch that's actually done with the Swiss Ronda quartz. This one is the automatic version. So if you do go to their website, again, links in the description. I'll throw the link up now. Check it out, see what they got. Keep in mind that there are two different versions, and I don't want you guys to accidentally order the wrong one if you're looking for the Swiss version, Swiss automatic version, because they look identical. So what do we got here? So we have your classic Submariner style watch, right? Another execution by Duxot. And Duxot is mainly a brand who makes homage watches, right? They may have some unique pieces, and they really do. I haven't really had a chance to review some of their very unique watches that have like actually a coin as the watch face. Very cool. Those aren't available for review in the United States. So maybe someday if they get United States stock, I'll be able to share those because I love unique timepieces that really get conversation going. So, but this is again a great execution. I didn't have a Swiss automatic black on black Jubilee version of a Submariner homage, so that's why I request this one here. So this is going to give you, this is going to check a lot of check boxes for folks who need to have the sapphire crystal, who need to have this specific automatic movement. So this is fantastic. So what do we have right off the bat? We have solid 3/16 stainless steel. What are my check boxes? What is the watch made out of? Number one. That was number two. Number one, do I like it? Of course I like it. You can't really go wrong with the classic Submariner style. The only thing, again, when I talk about Submariner Rolex and my dislike for Rolex, it's not that I dislike the brand. I just can't rationalize spending $15,000 for a $1,000 watch. A watch that costs $800 to $1,000 produce, most likely, my opinion, but that's what I think. And a lot of guys have mentioned that. A lot of internet forums. That's a ripoff to me. And even if the watch was $5,000 or $2,000, I would still look at it and say, hey, I can get a watch for less that gives me exactly the feeling and the vibe, and in all honesty, in my opinion, the quality you get with those brands. I just don't see the difference. But this is gonna, this is gonna check those boxes, people. Number one should be for anybody. Do you like the watch? Is this a watch you want to wear? Are you buying it for the name? Are you buying it for other people's approval? Or do you really like it? I really like, for me, I like all watches. So it's very easy for me. I'm kind of a different kind of cat when it comes to that aspect. There's not really any watch I wouldn't wear. I'm not even like a DC Comics fan, and some of the other watches I've seen, like the Batman one they got now by Invicta, yellow stones, blacks. I mean, you throw stones on something, I'm all in, right? So for me, I'm easy to please, but I know a lot of people have their own check boxes, and that's okay. But number one should be for everybody. Do you like it? So I do like it. It's classic. It's you can't go wrong with this particular design, this particular style. It's very universal, right? You wear it with anything. Again, 3/16 stainless steel, solid construction. We have that, and this isn't really a checkbox for me, but for some folks it is. What kind of clasp? This is a milled clasp. It's not a stamped clasp. So it just looks prettier. As far as quality, it doesn't really make any difference, but it has a nicer, more finished, more refined look when you have a milled clasp. Dual push button deployment clasp with safety lock. You do have 3 increments here for micro adjustments. Something that's really important, and something I do want to mention. Some of the, and I hope that this isn't the case with, it's definitely not the case with this one, but some of the other variations, you're going to look on the Duxot's website and see here's their quartz GMT version done in that two-tone. Beautiful execution, but if you have a smaller wrist than 7, this is going to be too big for you. I have this sucker downsized as I've removed as many links as I can on this, and I've maximized the micro adjustments, and it's still a little loose on my wrist. So for whatever reason, Duxot didn't put enough removable links on this. So that's shame on Duxot for doing that, because that's going to be disappointing for the folks. So remember, before you make a purchase, if you do have any question like that, I'm here to help you guys out. Let me know. Drop me a comment, drop me an email, and I'll let you guys know. But that's been the only Duxot I've had that issue with. All the other ones you can downsize. This one here, I still have the ability to use the micro adjustments and remove 2 links, and I have a 7-inch wrist. So this kind of fit, I'd say maybe 5 3/4, 6-inch shouldn't be a problem. For me, 7-inch perfect. We throw this on the wrist. 7-inch wrist. You know, there's a little bit of slop here, and this one I don't mind. A little tiny. It's not. I wouldn't say it's loose. It doesn't like dangle like a bangle bracelet, but it's a little bit looser. You know, you could. Again, that could be dependent on the day, how much water I'm drinking, you know, but, you know, you do have the micro adjustments here, so just kind of keep that in mind. A great looking watch, arguably, I don't think anybody would say it isn't. And we have that automatic movement, so that's a checkbox for me. You know, would I buy one that wasn't? Yeah, of course, you know, but I do prefer an automatic. So some of the other checkboxes, and I'm not going to specifically label these checkboxes, but it does have the ceramic bezel. So on this watch, it's sort of like a more of a matte finish as compared to the face. The face is not like a super high gloss. I'd say the face is like a semi-gloss black, and you have that matte finish ceramic bezel. Ceramic is a checkbox for many folks. It is unidirectional rotating. You know, all these Duxot watches, and in all honesty, most watches in general, very tight bezel. There's no back play. Everything lines up. It's a great quality watch. I'd say the Cyclops on this, not as good as the iced out version or the crystal version of the Atlantica, but it's functional. You know, the other ones just have a better Cyclops on it. But, you know, unless you really have an eye issue, it's not really a concern, but that is you know, it could be a checkbox for people. It is a Swiss automatic movement. Unfortunately, we just have listed Swiss automatic 3 hands with date. We have no idea who makes the movement. 30 ATMs of water resistance, 44 millimeter case diameter. This is kind of a larger watch, a little bit bigger wrist presence. Some folks who are starting to gravitate towards larger watches might like that. Even Rolex themselves is starting to do 50 millimeter watches, so I think we'll see a lot more of that in the future. But Rolex went from 38s. They've been slowly creeping their sizes up, and I mean, ultimately, I don't think there's really a right size or a wrong size. It's really just what you like. I enjoy all size watches, so 44, it's great. 14 millimeter case thickness, and if I had to guess on which movement this has, it probably has an ETA, but I can't confirm it, so until I know, you won't know. And what else? We have a sapphire crystal, so definitely a checkbox for many folks. Screw down crown, I mean, like I said, 30 ATMs of water resistance, a fine piece. It is available in a couple different color variations. You can get it in kind of like, this is very interesting. They call it walnut brown. It's got like sort of a brown, walnut brown face, but then you have sort of a lighter, darker brown color. The brown on this is kind of reddish. Very nice looking piece, a very nice looking color combination. I'll throw that up here in a second. Then of course we have the bluesy, which I actually have this watch in... Is it the Swiss? Maybe it is a Swiss automatic. Maybe I have the same color. I'm not really sure. I kind of forget. I don't think I have the Swiss automatic version in this one, but I could be wrong. And then what else here? We have the green bezel, which is a little more military-ish. I'm not a green fan, so I don't really care for that one. The black, and of course the Admiral blue, which has got a black face with that blue sort of matte finished bezel. So great piece. Price on these here, we are looking at $1,250. However, let me just take a look over at Ashford and see if we have any kind of deals on these for the holidays, and we don't. So the Swiss automatic versions here, you're going to pay a little more for them. Keep in mind, we'll just have to see what the price structure looks like after the first of the year. But I'll tell you though, if you're looking at a watch that has an ETA movement or a Swiss automatic movement, and I'm assuming that's what it is, I just wish... Here's, again, my problem. I keep mentioning videos not to bash on Duxot, but just to say, hey, let's get the ball rolling here and fix this. People spending $1,200 for a Swiss automatic watch want to know what the movement is. So, again, if you are a serious shopper and you are seriously looking to buy this, by all means, drop me a comment. I can contact my contact and find out specifically. It may not be the same day, but I'll get you the answer one way or another. If it's holding you back from buying the watch and you want it, by all means, let me know. I'll help you guys out. But great watch, fantastic execution. quality, it's on point. You're not going to be disappointed with this. Now, as far as value is subjective. Everybody's going to have something that they, some folks won't spend more than $200 a watch. I tend to be one of those guys who I'm a little more affordable. So I feel very fortunate that I have this ability to collaborate with this brand, and I love their products. But I would really like to see their prices just kind of get a little more realistic. But if we really compare this is not the only brand where the prices are kind of all over the place, right? When we look at brands like Duxot, not to be confused with Duxot, we look at brands like Aquadive, brands like Visser. Those watches are in the $1,000 to $2,000 price range, and you're not getting any quality that's better than this. And in a lot of those watches, they use ETA movements. I don't know which ones the Duxot are currently using, but my Aquadive, that's a $2,000 watch all day, used, new, wherever you want to get it. And when we look at the quality between these two, this is just as nice. So, just keep that in mind. Price does not determine quality, and really, when it comes down to buying a watch, you have to decide what's right for you. Do you love the brand? Do you like the specs? Duxot put more specs. That's what it really comes down to. So, but overall, sweet watch. Love it. Wear it all the time. Like all my watches. All my watches get wrist time for the most part. So, but be honest with you, I love the Invicta watches too, but I'll tell you, Invicta guys, don't come after me, okay? I'm not knocking Invicta. I love Invicta, you know this, but I will tell you, I've been wearing a lot of Duxots lately. I do kind of gravitate more towards, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I do gravitate more towards the smaller watches when I'm just kind of doing YouTube videos, out working on my car, dinking around. I do wear the smaller watches. I generally wear the Invictas when I want to like hit up a casino, go out, be a little flashier. So, it just depends too. In different jobs I've had too, sometimes I've worn, like my last job I wore all kinds of watches. It wasn't something specifically for work. I wore the giant Sea Hunters and I wore the smaller watches. But they're all nice, they're all fun, and they're all great quality, and that's really all you should be concerned with. So thanks for watching, guys. As always, happy holidays. Do subscribe to the channel. Let me know if I can help in any way, and take care.